Are you concerned about falling? In the next year, 1 in 4 seniors will experience a fall. Do not allow yourself to become a statistic. Tai Chi is proven to reduce your fall risk by 58%. Tai Chi, exercise for life, exercise for you.
And tap below your collarbone. So, tapping helps to balance the energy in your kidneys. It helps them to function better. It also helps to boost your energy, helps to wake you up. Middle of your sternum. So helping to balance the energy in your lungs. So your lungs function better. Help to improve your breathing. Help to dispel things like phlegm in the lungs. Mitigate asthma, bronchitis. Also boosting your immune system with stimulating the thymus. Helping to wake the thymus up. The lungs and thymus are the biggest part of your immune system. So this is a hugely important thing to do. And the side of your ribs. And so helping to balance the energies in your spleen. Remember, your spleen is in charge of your digestive system. It's responsible for moving things downward, providing all the energy for the stomach, the large intestine, the small intestine, so that they can do all of their work. Spleen is also responsible for holding things up. So it helps to counter sagging, counters prolapses. Good, and tap the ball of one foot. So once again, stimulating the kidneys, sending vibrations through them to wake them up, get them working, getting them doing their job. Opening the windows to the sky. Take your ear and touch one shoulder. Roll your head down around so your ear touches the other shoulder. Bring it across the top. Exhale around. Inhale across. Exhale. Inhale. So the windows to the sky are the acupuncture points and the channels on either side of your neck. So doing this helps to promote the flow of energy in and out of your head, ensuring the connection between the yang channels running from your hands to your head and your head to your feet. Ensuring that your brain gets enough energy. Physically, you're helping blood flow in and out of your head, ensuring that your brain is fed with oxygen, fed with water, with nutrients, that spent energy is released. That we're removing toxins, regulating the amount of carbon dioxide. One more. This is a hugely important exercise for your cognition. Again, ear to your shoulder. Roll it down around to your other shoulder. Without tilting it back, bring your ear to touch your shoulder. Exhale around. Inhale across. Exhale. Inhale. One. Bend your knees, let your arms hang down for two birds come together. Arms are relaxed, roll your shoulders. So we're bringing range of motion into your shoulders, helping to release tension in your trapezius muscle, helping to open up the yin channels that run from your chest to your hands, and the yang channels that run from your hands to your head. Change direction. One more. Straighten up and rub your hands. So as we rub our hands, we are stimulating the well acupuncture points on our fingers, the spring acupuncture points on our hands, helping the connection between the yin channels that run from the chest to the hands and the yang channels that run from the hands to the head, getting those two connections working, stimulating the centripetal flow of qi into the body. Wrists, as that flow becomes stronger, we're now stimulating the stream points. The energy flows up from out of the well, it comes up into a spring, and they begin to form streams. There are 6 acupuncture points in each area. Forearms, the streams come together to form rivers. So as we do this, we are stimulating all of these channels, we are stimulating all of these acupuncture points. We're stimulating self-contained flow and we're stimulating centripetal flow. And we go to the elbows. And the rivers flow into the sea. And that's where they delve deep into the body. So 5 sets of 6 points each on each arm. So as we do this, we are stimulating 60 of the most commonly used acupuncture points. Stimulating the flow of energy from the lungs, the large intestine, the pericardium, the triple warmer, the heart and the small intestine. Shake your arms out and gently tap the webs of your thumbs. And now we are stimulating the 8 ghosts. The ghosts are responsible for your fingers. So 1 point between each finger. So this helps to keep your hands healthy, it helps to keep your fingers working. Anecdotally, I have had lots of students tell me that this has mitigated, it's slowed the effect of arthritis and rheumatism in their hands and fingers. And webs of your fingers. Make sure your fingers are rubbing up onto the back of your opposite hand as you do this. Interlace your fingers, roll your wrists around. So we're bringing range of motion into our wrists. Help that flexibility in our wrists. Help the flow of energy in and out of our hands. And change direction. And push one wrist up and then the other. And nod your rests. And rub your palms. So when we're rubbing our palms, we are activating pericardium 8 at the center of our palms. We're helping to bring energy into our hands so that we can place those hands on the seat of vitality. So hands on the small of your back. Keep your head still, your head upright. For Fair Maiden circles her waist. And so we're connecting pericardium 8 on our palms to a whole bunch of urinary bladder points on the small of our back. The circling of our waist stimulates our kidneys. The connection of the pericardium to the urinary bladder further helps the kidneys. It's also very good for particularly your low back, your mid back. It's opening up your hip joints. One more. Change direction. One more. Fair Maiden circles her hips. So think of your tailbone and move your tailbone. So we're bringing further work into our hips. We're helping to open up the very lowest lumbar vertebrae in our spine. Both of these exercises promote the flow of yang channels from the head to the feet, the yin channels from the feet to the chest. And ideally you should do what we did with the hands, with your legs, to stimulate 60 more acupuncture points on the legs. So do the toes, the feet, the ankles, the shins and the calves. Change direction. And your knees. If you do both the arms and the legs, that's 120 acupuncture points out of the 360-ish commonly used points. One more. And then bring your feet as close together as you're safe and comfortable. So again, rub your hands, rub your palms, activating pericardium 8. So you're going to take that energy this time to your knees, and you're going to massage your knees. So the same way that we did the elbows, we are stimulating the C points where the energy flows deep into the body. And this time we reach behind the knees and we massage the backs of the knees. So we're massaging urinary bladder 40. This is the command point for your back. So this helps with everything above the tops of your legs, below your neck. So your back, your ribs, your kidneys in particular. And now we pat our knees. Again, helping to stimulate that flow of energy. And rest your hands above your knees, your fingers pointing inwards. Bend your knees, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale. Exhale. So bringing range of motion into the knees, always ensuring that your knees point in the same direction as your toes. One more. Good. And straighten up. And now, keeping yourself safe and comfortable, take one foot and rotate your ankle. So we're opening up the ankle joint the same way that we did the wrists, helping the flow of energy of the yang channels from the head to the feet, the yin channels from the feet to the chest, helping to open up the stream points, change direction. One more. And switch feet. So again, rotate your ankle, opening up those stream points, helping the flow of energy in and out of your feet. Remember that you dive from your feet upwards, so look after your feet. Massage them, give them foot baths, love your feet, change direction. One more. And bring yourself to the natural stance. Feet shoulder width apart, toes straight forwards, knees relaxed. Back up straight, head up tall, arms relaxed at your sides, and gently, loose and relaxed, begin to swing your arms. Remember that an ancient Chinese proverb says if you swing your arms 500 times every day, you will live a long and healthy life. If you swing your arms 1,000 times every day, you will live forever. So this is a very natural movement that we have all done, particularly as children, and some continue to do as adults. From the Western standpoint, as you swing your arms, you are moving your blood through your body. Your blood pressure is rising, your heart rate is increasing, both of them in a positive way. We want that movement of blood through the body. We want the additional circulation. So clinical studies have shown that arm swinging improves cardiovascular function, it improves glycemic control, and it improves problem solving, and is also a likely candidate towards longevity. A long-term clinical study showed that orchestra conductors were one of the longest lived professions out there. They spend a lot of time swinging their arms around. From the more modern thinking, 10 minutes of arm swinging is good. 10 minutes promotes basic circulation. It improves cardiovascular function. It improves glycemic control. 20 minutes, and this is continuous, is said to activate your internal organs and to stimulate your brain. 40% more successful at problem solving after arm swinging. So 10 minutes of arm swinging is roughly about 500 swings. 20 minutes of arm swinging is about 1,000 swings. So Western science and Chinese proverbs come together in this exercise. 500 times, 10 minutes, cardiovascular function. 20 minutes, internal organs and your brain. So if you want to live a long and healthy life, 10 minutes of arm swinging every day. If you want to live forever, 20 minutes of arm swinging every day. However, they do say that best of all is 30 minutes. And 30 minutes is purely anecdotal. They say that 30 minutes of arm swinging every day will reveal and cure hidden diseases. There is no Western clinical proof of that. And it's a very difficult, it would be a very difficult thing to quantify. But you will see every so often in the news that athletes in their 20s, 30s have heart attacks. And the question is, would that have been avoided if they'd have swung their arms every day? As I say, that is purely anecdotal. So 10 minutes is good, 20 minutes is better, 30 minutes is best of all. But anything is better than nothing. So if you have a moment or two where you're stood around, swing your arms. Every little bit helps. Remember, if you were to just swing your arms for 1 minute every day, that would be the equivalent of 6 hours every year. So it is those little things that you do every day that mounts up and makes a difference. So if you're going to do 30 minutes of arm swinging and you have a favourite TV show, put that TV show on and watch it and stand or sit and swing your arms. But put something funny on. No watching the news, no watching crime shows or things like that. Watch something funny to bring a smile to your face, to bring laughter into your body, because laughter is one of the best forms of medicine. And if you combine laughter with arm swinging, you're getting better breathing, you're getting better circulation, you're oxygenating a whole bunch of your body. So one of the things to realize with these opening movements is that there really is no such thing in Qigong as a warm-up. You are either doing Qigong or you are not doing Qigong. You're doing something different. And so hopefully this morning I've shown you the importance of doing all of these things that we do in class. They do a lot of stuff. And I am not one for spending my time doing something that is not of benefit. So doing all of these opening exercises does a lot of stuff. They are all Qigong exercises in their own right. Arm swinging is a Qigong exercise in its own right. So, the Western mind does have a tendency to value complexity. And the Western mind has a tendency to think that the more complex something is, the more beneficial it is. And that is far from true. The whole adage of less is more is so true, especially when it comes to Qigong. Some of my favorite things to do are some of the simplest things to do, because there is so much more that you can do when you are doing these. So on a Tuesday morning when we do arm swinging, I use that 30 minutes of time to work on my breathing. And that is hugely powerful, because breathing is the most important thing that you can do. There is nothing more important than breathing. And how often do we set aside time to very deliberately work on improving our breathing? So that 30 minutes every Tuesday morning, I set aside to work on my breath, to work also on relaxation, to work on quietening my mind, bringing myself into the present moment, where no past exists, no future exists. The only thing that exists is the movement of my arms, the circulation of blood in my body, my breath, and my mind focused on my breath. So remember my 7 tips for good breathing. In no particular order, you should breathe in and out of your nose. Remember that your nose is for breathing and your mouth is for eating. Now there are specific practices where we change that. However, those are for specific results done for short periods of time. The tip of your tongue should rest on the roof of your mouth. When you say the letter L, where your tongue ends up is where it should rest naturally, so that we join the governing and conception channels, allowing the flow of energy in the reservoir of the microcosmic orbit. Your breath should be abdominal. That means that your belly expands, creating your inhale, and your belly relaxes and contracts, creating your exhale. The natural way of breathing that we had before we became lazy, before we became overwhelmed, before we began to lose the connection that we have with natural movement. You should be seeking to slow your breathing down. Think about taking a long sip of air rather than a big gulp of air. And so we seek to slow our breath down. The typical person breathes at about 16 to 20 breaths a minute, which is hyperventilating. If we can slow our breath down to 5 breaths a minute or below, we trigger the parasympathetic nervous system that releases all of the relaxation hormones in our brain. So slowing our breath down brings about relaxation, brings about stress relief. We should be seeking to make our breath as quiet as we can make it. So that if you can hear your breath, you try and make it quiet. And this actually helps to control carbon dioxide levels in your bloodstream. Most people think that the purpose of your exhale is to get rid of carbon dioxide. And that is incorrect. The purpose of your exhale is to regulate the amount of carbon dioxide that you have. Most people actually have too little. That most people overbreathe and release too much carbon dioxide. And the quieter you make your breath, the better regulated those levels are. Ideally, you should have a pause at the end of your exhale. There should be a short, natural pause where you complete your exhale and you are not holding your breath pauses for just a moment, and then you inhale. That is the indicator that your exhale is complete. If that pause is not there, you are inhaling too soon and you are not completing as much of your exhale as you could do. And your exhale is the most important part of your breath. You want to seek to empty your lungs completely. Only when your lungs are completely empty can you take a complete inhale. And the last part of good breathing is that all of those things should happen completely autonomically, completely relaxed. That your breath should be through your nose, your belly expanding, contracting slowly, your breath being slow, your breath being quiet, with that short, natural pause at the end of your exhale. It all happens without you thinking about it, and it all happens without trying. So there can be, if you choose, much more to all of these opening movements if you choose there to be. And remember, you do not need to do everything at once. Just start with one, maybe two things, and build up your own little routine. If you think about taking and learning one exercise every week, at the end of the year you will have 52 different exercises that you can do. You try and learn 52 exercises all at once, not going to happen. But if you do one a week, you will be surprised how quickly you can build up. And now, so allow your arms to come to a rest. So you just want to slow the swing down. Just allowing the swing to reduce rather than bringing the swing to a stop. And then turn your waist and allow your arms to swing on their own. 4 hands knocking. Stimulating the waist, stimulating the kidneys. Tap the small of your back on the opposite side, inside your shoulder on the front. So we're now stimulating the sea of vitality once again with the back hand. We are stimulating lung 1, lung 2 with the front hand. And take your arms out. And again, allow your waist to come to a rest rather than bringing your waist to a rest. And from there, the 8 directions of Qi, going at your own pace. Your mind guides your breath guides your movement. So we gather, pull up, expand, compress. Flow in, push out, sink, disperse, inhale and gather, exhale, pull up. Inhale, expand. Exhale, compress. Inhale, flow in. Exhale, push out. Inhale, sink. Exhale, disperse. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Ideally, go at your own pace. Use your mind to control your breath. Those 7 aspects of good breathing. And then use your breath to control your movement. when you when you complete your next one and have let go, gather one more time and hold. Fingers are relaxed, space between your fingers. Your hands are relaxed, your thumbs at the level of your navel. Your elbows a little away from your body, creating space underneath your armpits. And rest and breathe here as you feel the energy flowing through your body. You feel the blood flowing through your body. That you feel calm and relaxed in body, mind, and spirit. And you are ready to take on the rest of the day. You take on the rest of the day in a state of ease, where everything happens and flows naturally. If obstacles come in your way today, you just flow around them with ease. And on your next exhale, let go. So 20 minutes of arm swinging, promoting basic circulation, stimulating the internal organs and the brain. 10 minutes of the 8 directions of Qi, stimulating the flow of Qi in and out of the body. And 5 minutes of standing meditation. Remember, you are either doing Qigong or you are not doing Qigong.